welcome to Diecast Restos for my first Hot Wheels video in what feels like an age. This is a Volvo 850 estate that I'll be customising today in the style of a genuine station wagon race car from 1994. Yes, the Volvo 850 wagon was used by the Tom Walkinshaw racing team in that year's British Touring Car Championship, and it was glorious to behold. The results, not so much. This is how a road-going 850R looks with the casting loosely based on it. This is a replica of the BTCC racer, which I will be recreating today. The casting was introduced in 2020 and was designed by the late Ryo Asada. Its initial livery was loosely based on the BTCC design, complete with the number 14 carried by driver Jan Lammers in 1994. There have been a number of colour variations since, with this red car being a 2021 model. The real Volvo 850 was first manufactured in 1991 and was produced up until 1997. Just shy of 750,000 were made. The estate version was launched in 1993. It replaced the ageing 200 series. The car featured a 5-cylinder transverse engine, a Delta Link rear axle giving it passive rear steering, Volvo's SIPS side impact protection system, and a self-adjusting seatbelt reel for the front seats. All cars came with a 2 or 2.5 litre petrol engine or a 2.5 litre diesel with a 5-speed manual or 4-speed automatic transmission. In 1995, Volvo launched the limited edition turbocharged T5R, while the 850R followed in 1996. Later that year, a limited market 850 AWD was unveiled. The 850 was replaced by the S70 Saloon and V70 Wagon in 1996. The racing 850 estate from the British Touring Car Championship came as a surprise to many when it was first shown ahead of the 1994 season. Volvo's choice to run an estate car over a traditional saloon was certainly an odd choice, seeing as they were a new team joining the BTCC. Here you can see that the paint proved too much for the caustic soda, so I need to use my backup liquid paint stripper on this occasion. Volvo recruited 1988 Le Mans winner Jan Lammers and Swedish Formula 3 driver Rickard Rydell. Neither driver had any experience racing touring cars. It was to be a controversial season dominated by their fellow newcomer team Alfa Romeo. Their unique interpretations of the rules left the other teams protesting, but that's for another video. The 850 got off to a slow start, with the experienced Lammers retiring and the young Rydell finishing outside the points in 15th at the first race at Thruxton. It wasn't until the 6th race that the car would collect points. It was an equal best for the season, 5th place finish for Rydell. It took another 3 races for Lammers to collect his first points at Brands Hatch. Rydell then went on a streak of 5-point scoring finishes before Lammers equalled Rydell's 5th placed finish again at Brands Hatch. Rydell finished the season in 14th position overall with 27 points and Lammers 15th with 18 points. Volvo finished in 8th position in the Manufacturers' Championship ahead of Nissan and Mazda. The estate was retired for the 1995 season, with Tom Walkinshaw Racing building a saloon instead. Regulation changes to the use of aerodynamic aids meant the estate would no longer be competitive. Lammers left the BTCC after his solitary season, while Rydell remained with Volvo for a further 5 successful years. He came 3rd overall in 95 in the saloon and would go on to win the championship in 1998 with the Volvo S40. Hopefully I can provide you with more BTCC stories as and when I can find the appropriate decals and of course appropriate castings. Right now though, I'm finishing off some of the detailing for this model. It's a bit unconventional this build, as the decals require me to assemble the car before they can be applied. That means I won't be able to clear coat the casting after they've been affixed, as I'll have the wheels and windscreen in place. It's mostly due to the casting revealing a small lip of the interior between the cast metal body and plastic base. I'd likely have to slice the decals in order to disassemble it, and I just thought it really wouldn't be worth it. First up is the blue Securicore bumper sponsorship. These decals just didn't want to adhere at all. I spent ages placing them and then replacing them again after I'd accidentally knocked one. This montage here is very much cut down from the good hour or so it took to complete the application. I even tried applying Mr. Mark's softer solution partway through applying the decals in order to help them set properly. The other front decals were Dunlop tyre sponsorship either side of the central TWR Tom Walkinshaw Racing logo. The headlights additionally had Q8 oil branding on them. Onto the bonnet where very large 850 text is placed. This is accompanied by Rickard Rydell's number 15 within the Auto Trader sponsored square number housing. The sides are very much an all-in-one piece. While I lamented the adhesion of the decals, the scaling is excellent. As ever, I will leave links to the decal source in the video description. Along with the colours, the sides include sponsorship from Q8 Oils, another Auto Trader number square, and Securicor Amiga Express branding. Along the sills comes a separate Volvo 850 decal. Then after that I apply the white printed window decal. This is the driver's surname and unfortunately it is barely visible unless it is against a dark background like this. Another Dunlop decal is applied in the rear corners. Next I add the tail lights. Lacking the much needed adhesion and being placed in the corner of the rear end, these were a total nightmare to apply. The slightest touch completely upsets them. The rear window has received some more barely visible white decals, while further Q8, TWR and Securicor sponsors are added. The Volvo and 850 badges are also included in the Q8 decals. Here's a brief look at how it's coming along. After I've completed the right hand side, I apply the final blue rooftop Amiga decal. This lines up quite nicely with the two large side decals. Finally, I help to secure them all a bit more firmly with a brushing of Mr. Mark's softer solution. So here's a look at how my Hot Wheels Volvo 850 estate started life. Whenever I find British Touring Car Championship 1 in 64 decals, I go out of my way to find a casting and set to work on it. The 1990s Super Tourers were one of my favourite eras of motor racing. It's a bit unusual for me to use a brand new casting, but there aren't too many bashed around used ones knocking about quite yet. So I transformed this red one into the 94 BTCC 850, and this is how it looks. While the decals were a bit of a nightmare to apply due to the lack of adhesion, I have to say they are scaled perfectly and the quality of the printing is near perfect. The wheels I've tried to match the 10 spokes from the inset picture, but the rims are just a little deeper than real life. It's a shame the window decals don't stand out as much as they should, and the tail lights are again an issue due to their inability to conform. It would probably have been helped with a clear coat, but the car's design made this difficult to accomplish without slicing the decals. But overall I'm pleased with the look. I will leave a link to the decal source in the description. Tell me what you think of them in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and make sure you're subscribed for more. Almost 60% of viewers are not subscribed to the channel. At the video outro, I have a 1 in 64 Tarmac Works Volvo 850 from the 1994 Touring Car World Cup for comparison with the Hot Wheels car. That's coming up next. Thanks for watching, bye for now.